tell me a bit about yourself and your life experiences that you have lived in this
Well,
wonderful state.
I was in Vietnam in 1966. I was a deputy sheriff in the 70s, fireman in the 70s, city council in the 70s. I don't know. What else is there?
Wow, that is amazing, huh? And this community just happens to love you so much. Why is that?
Well,
What have you done?
well, I was on the school board here in Rutland, and I got to meet all the teachers and stuff, and some of the students too. But I used to hang around the schools to meet the teachers and meet some of the students. So it was always a good reaction I got from the kids and stuff because I never seen many of the school board members.
So it's that kind heart that you have, that you're just
Yeah, I can talk to kids and stuff, so I mean it's different.
you always have that smile.
Yeah, and they always want to know why I don't have any legs and all that stuff.
So
Yeah.
so you said that you were a fireman and also a deputy sheriff.
Yeah.
Could you tell me the pros and cons of both of these great careers, but at the same time a bit harsh, especially what's going on right now in the country?
As a deputy sheriff, we didn't do a lot as far as patrolling or stuff like that because we're in Chittenden County, which is Burlington and Essex and Colchester and Winooski. But they all have their own police departments, so
Okay.
we didn't. Now he does a little bit with Underhill and Jericho and stuff, but we did a lot of prisoner bringing them to court,
Okay.
taking them out of jail, yada yada, DUIs,
Okay.
stuff like that.
So there is a big difference between like a deputy sheriff in New York and one in Vermont.
Oh yeah,
There is a
yeah.
population or just
Well, I think the sheriff's departments in New York or something are more of a full-time force.
okay.
Where in Vermont they're more part-time than
Okay.
So.
Did you ever get in one of those situations where you're like, goodness, could this be my day? Like, and something as dangerous, that.
We had a couple escaped prisoners out of St. Albans that we chased down, and he was under a deck by UVM. And yeah, it was a little touch and go.
Okay. What about the fire department? Did you
Fire department,
dangerous
had
situation?
a fair amount of fires.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super dangerous or
Kids,
just normal? Well, it can be called normal, right?
Normal. I mean, we used to do some crazy stuff that if we found out kids were in there, we were just first ones in. We'd smash through windows and take your helmet and smash through the window.
You mentioned that you fought in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Well, and thank you for serving our country. How was that?
It was. I mean, I was young. I was only. I think I turned 21 over there.
Wow.
And but it was a lot of. The weather and the bugs and the snakes and getting shot at obviously is not pleasant. And of course that's how I lost my legs is from Agent Orange.
Wow.
And diabetes. So I mean that's.
So the environment affects.
Oh yeah.
Affects you a lot.
Yeah.
What could you tell those young people who want to join the army or they're just scared to join Navy or
Well, I mean you gotta feel how patriotic are you and and they're not getting a lot of younger people joining the services right now and they're having a hard time. I mean, I joined but again, it was in the '60s, so
Yeah.
you know.
Do you think that's going to affect the future, like of the,
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, we're not getting the young people to join the services and to,
It's like they're not feeling that, right?
No, the patriotism is not kind of what it used to be.
It's not touching them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be. 60s and 70s. Of course, the Vietnam War was going on, and there's, people were feeling, they weren't crazy about the war, obviously. And
Yeah.
a lot of guys are getting killed over there, and
That's true.
they're, body bags coming back, and
Yeah. That is a bit.
I mean, we had one of our companies was called Graves Registration, and we dealt with all the bodies coming back.
Wow.
Cleaned all the bodies and
Hard moments.
put them in bags, shipped them back to the United States.
And I think that there's not many things that you could do to change that, right? Because you don't want to see, your sons or daughters.
No.
It's,
No.
So
A lot of people don't want to see their sons or daughters go to war.
Yeah. It's harsh.
Sure. Yeah.
Wow.
And you're going to a foreign country or whatever it might be, and the living style is different, and we're 13 months in a tent.
And it's not like you're going on vacation. It's
No.
during dangerous times that anything could happen.
So we slept on bunk beds or on cots with an air mattress and a mosquito net, and
That definitely affects
yeah.
anyone.
And as an 18, 19-year-old, of course it helps when you're that young. You can
Your
blow
body
off
could-
stuff. You don't feel as vulnerable.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, even your self-esteem or your body or your physique.
Yeah.
Sometimes you try to.
Yeah. See, I was in the National Guard before I joined the service, so I kind of knew some of the stuff that was going on. So I said to myself, if I'm going to play soldier, I might as well go play all the way. I didn't realize about Vietnam, but you didn't read many newspapers when you're 18, 19 years
There
old.
wasn't no YouTube back then.
No.
You couldn't read.
No.
Or see none of this stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to reporter. Well, they had a lot of reporters over there during the war.
Yeah. And nowadays, anything that you want to do, you Google it, you search it up on YouTube, and you're like, you think it twice before doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, that wasn't the situation for you.
Everybody records everything from their phones or whatever it might be. Yeah. Well, definitely. Yeah.
And there's also, in the police department that youngsters don't want to.
No.
They don't want to join the.
No.
I mean,
no,
why do you think that is? Because I myself, wanted to be a trooper, but family is always like, it's dangerous. What if the day? I mean, everyone is going to, die, perish. But the situation, especially now that every police officer is in danger, even a regular stop, and youngsters just don't want to.
They don't want to deal with
that. They don't want to deal with that.
No, they don't want to deal with the stuff you have to go through.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of training and stuff for police officers.
There is. But,
so it's gotten worse since I went through the police academy. So.
Yeah, even if you do have a lot of training and martial arts and all of that, when it comes to that, it's like your mind just goes blank. The situation is different, right?
When you're in situations, you got to make split decisions.
In seconds.
Yeah.
Seconds.
I caught a guy that he robbed a hardware store, a bunch of pistols and stuff, and
wow.
I arranged to buy and stuff, and we got the guns off the market. And Yeah. Did some stuff. A little bit of stuff. Nothing serious.
Wow. I mean, you have done
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
I mean, your
Yeah.
life experience,
Yeah.
I can't even get this close to it.
No, I know, but
Wow.
you know, there's choices we all make, and you know, some of the stuff that, you know, I was young and married and young kids, so
Yeah.
some of the stuff I had to think about,
Yeah, to go through.
because she'd hear it on the scanners.
she
Yeah.
she probably was
Yeah.
going through
Yeah,
like those small
Yeah.
little panics, knowing that you were probably in
either
danger,
from the
so-
fire department or the sheriff's department.
Wow. that
So,
is-
but you know, me, I'm not thinking about that, and she's thinking about it, of course, and you know,
yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
And you know, at this moment, there's so much, like I repeated myself. So many officers are in danger. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
brutality against them.
yep.
What do you think about that? Like,
Well, I mean, again, they're not getting any respect because of some of the police officers or whichever are, you know, being jerks or, you know,
that was my next question.
yeah, and they're not getting any respect, and somebody's just taking that as that everybody's the same way, and that's not true, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my next question.
Yeah, they're taking a bad rap, you know, the police departments and stuff are taking a,
So, do you think there's bad and good cops,
oh yeah.
or they just
You
had a
always-
bad day?
You always get some policemen that think that
They go over the
because
head.
they're policemen, they think they can
They're over the low.
yeah,
Yeah.
above the law, and you know, yeah. And you're going to get that everywhere, be it fire departments or whatever it might be, or select boards, or you know, somebody will think, you know, that they're superior to somebody else.
Sometimes just because they're wearing that badge, or
Yeah.
they have a gun,
And a gun and all that
and
stuff.
they're like, listen, you need to listen. I'm
Yeah.
the authority, or
yeah.
stuff like that. I think there is bad and good cops, but I think
Oh yeah.
that there's always bad decisions in life. You know, everyone has
Oh, yeah.
mistakes, and there's also those police officers that just made a mistake, and then they go into that either you're a bad cop or a good cop, but there is certainly bad cops that,
Oh yeah.
you know, that's why, you know, affect the community, and that community responds with I don't care.
Yeah. Well,
So that is-
you know, it's part of the
Of the-
procedure when you're going into the police. You know, they have a lot of psychological stuff now that.
they do a lot
Oh
more.
yeah, that police departments go through now where they'll evaluate you as make sure mentally
You're prepared.
you're gonna, you know, here's what you're gonna get into. Especially get into bigger departments.
Yeah,
But Burlington's having a hard time finding police officers.
they are.
Yeah. You know, they're robbing from everybody else.
Wow.
You know, they're trying to hire from, you know, Winooski, Colchester, whatever it might be.
And you know, do you think that affects the department? Or?
Yeah, it does. And, you know, it costs money to send people to the police academy.
Mm.
So the towns are spending a fair amount of money to train the police officers
Police
or even firemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, you know, it's a catch-22 where you know, if you're sitting on a select board, you're doling out money for this and that, and you got to think about, you know, how many firemen or how many policemen you're losing.
That's true.
And you train them, it costs you money to train them, and guess what? They're leaving. You
They're
know,
leaving.
they're going somewhere else. So
It's
Yeah.
a problem.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
It's literally.
And the younger people don't, you know, the volunteers, for whatever reason now, they're you know, they're not getting volunteers.
Either you're reading my mind, or he just knows all my questions that I'm going to ask.
Yeah. Well, they're not getting. People are not volunteering for
They're
different
not.
boards and what it might be. So it's sad situation where you're not getting the vibe of your population, you know,
Yeah.
of the people that sometimes you go serve and you think about it, you know. I've met with a lot of people because I served either on the city council or whatever it might be, and or the school board, and met with a lot of parents and stuff, and get the vibes of how they're, you know, what are they thinking about, and what do they feel, how the schools or how the town and city is running, and whatever.
So the support of the community is very important.
Yeah.
And the state as well.
Yeah.
So what do you think is, you know, the state of Vermont lacking in these situations?
Well, I think when people get elected to certain positions and stuff, they're not using common sense. You know, a lot of stuff that you run across is common sense stuff, and you know, and you run across some people that are, you know, what are you, stupid? Or, you know, what are you know,
that is true.
You know, you look at him and say, how the hell did you come with that decision? I mean, you know, were you doing something that
and you know what? A lot of people use common sense, and common sense sometimes would.
But that's police work, and that's a lot of common sense, and that's stuff you go through the police academy or the fire academy, and you know, decisions you make, or you know, especially you know when there's fire or whatever. 9 times out of 10, there's kids involved, and they're in the house or something, and you got to make a decision do you go in? You know, you know, but I mean that's what you're there. You're not there to save the building.
All right.
You're there to save lives.
Correct.
You know.
Investment. You know,
I mean, let the building. They got insurance for the building.
Materialistic. You know.
But there ain't no insurance for the lives if we lose any. You know, our kids or the adults or whatever.
And the responsibility is like immense. Because, but not only that, like you guys are, you know, jeopardizing as well your lives and you know putting in danger your life. But it's part of the job.
Yeah.
And
you go in knowing
that takes heart though.
Yeah.
That takes heart to be.
Yeah, you gotta think about it. Yeah. Again, that's why they like younger people. So sometimes you have
probably without family or children.
Yeah, I don't know, girlfriend or not married, and you know, but I mean that's all part of it.
It's psychological too.
Yeah,
in those types of jobs.
I'd already been through Vietnam when I was a deputy sheriff or a fireman, and I'd already seen
so much
the worst of
the worst.
So it was kind of like, you know,
like I could do this.
Yeah. Being a deputy sheriff or fireman was easy as far as I was concerned.
Yeah. And like, you know, there's situations between, you know, departments like, you know, troopers and sheriffs.
Yeah.
And, when it comes to that situation, what do you think about that? Because sometimes they feel like they could arrest each other, but they don't know who is above who, or you know, sometimes they think that they're above the other ones. What do you think about that?
The sheriff is the highest elected official as far as law enforcement goes. He is the highest law enforcement person in the county.
Okay.
Yeah. So he can override state police, city police. If the sheriff wanted to intervene on somebody's murder cases or whatever it might be, depends on what he feels his department can handle it.
Okay.
So,
I seen a situation on YouTube which I mean the troopers and sheriffs, they were literally going off, and it looked like, even as you're saying that sheriffs are above them, it wasn't the situation in the video.
Well, see, you state troopers and deputy sheriffs.
Do they think grudge against them?
Well, they think the deputy sheriffs are rent-a-cops.
Oh, Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like it, like on the video.
Yeah,
They show no respect. And
no
they're
respect,
like,
right.
They're like, you guys are nothing, and
Yeah.
we're not going to,
Yeah. That's
we
what
follow, our department and
Yeah.
our leader, and it seems a bit
Yeah.
like, that's kind of the stuff that affect, the people, and also, young people who want to, follow, these heroes. Seeing stuff like that changes also the minds of them.
See, I knew a lot of the state policemen and stuff when I got into the sheriff's department, so I already knew a lot of those guys and some of the local police departments. I already knew a lot of those people, so it was kind of like it was easy for me to
Easier.
get into that mode, And you have to have your head on straight.
Is it much harder, especially the training,
Yeah.
depending on the department that you're going to, or
Yeah.
it's different?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is it like the training or the time for you to graduate from?
Yeah, I mean,
From the academy.
usually depending, I don't know what it is now, 16 weeks maybe, I don't know. Can't remember what it is now.
Probably a bit more.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, especially that now the training has to be, like you said, psychological. It has to be
Yeah.
literally fully. They can't make a mistake.
Right.
Because
Right.
criminals are not making mistakes.
Well, you gotta go in and
Shooting at you.
domestic
Domestic
disputes
violence
and
and all
stuff.
of that.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't know what
So,
you're getting
now
yourself
all of a
into.
sudden you're talking to some guy who wants to kill his wife or
Yeah.
whatever it might be. Yeah. And so
hard stuff.
you end up being a social worker. Or a psychiatrist or something.
And also, drugs. Drugs
Oh,
have
yeah.
always affected,
Yeah.
everyone's life, and
Yeah.
the more drugs that there is in the cities, it looks like the more problems.
Well,
What do you think?
everybody makes choices.
Yeah,
You have to make your bed if you're gonna lay in it.
yeah, that's true. But do you think, like, the city or the state or even, the government could do much better on
I
bringing
don't know. I don't know how much more. I mean,
They do a lot, right?
yeah.
So
I mean,
much.
gun violence and all that is what are you gonna do? You're gonna ban guns?
They're
Yeah,
actually
this-
trying.
I know in this state it won't never happen, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
so-
seen that in a lot of states it's happening, and in some it's
Yeah.
just not possible.
no, Vermont would never be.
We're not, right?
No, you'd never.
'Cause the laws are stronger, they're more
But
strict.
here it's, guns are everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in high school, I used to have a rifle rack in my truck, and my rifle was in the rifle rack, and I was going to school.
What could you tell us about, Vermont being that, I mean,
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful state that,
yeah,
could you imagine the laws, like, let's say, of guns in New York? Can you imagine the things that will happen in such a populated state?
yeah.
That's the difference, though, right? There's,
Yeah. See, there's no license in Vermont.
there's not.
No,
So you could just
carry whenever you want, and you can hide it anywhere.
Wow.
Hide it in your shirt, hide it in your pants, whatever. A handgun.
And
Yeah,
To
there's
this-
no license.
to this day, this is, something that keeps and continues to happen, without a license or anything. Is it because, how the people live, how the people are, the respect, or
Well, Vermont is a hunting state,
how does they say so?
so most people who live rurally will always have a rifle of some
That's
kind,
right.
or shotgun or something in their cars, or
Yeah.
they won't,
Does-
because that's just the way of life that they're grown up with.
Yeah.
You learn how to shoot a rifle when you're young.
Yeah. So it's mostly, like a hobby and a venture that there's no harm. There's no
No.
harm in it.
No, they'll go out shooting just a
Some
target
deers,
shoot. Yeah.
turkeys.
Yeah, yeah. Go out and shoot cans and bottles
Just
or whatever
fun,
it might be.
fun,
Yeah.
not harming any
No.
human being in any kind of way.
No.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, that you're able to see that here, but not in other states.
No.
And
Other states might not work, who knows? But Vermont, I mean, everybody's used to carrying guns and whatever it takes.
Yeah. Like I said, if you're able to do that in New York, even if they're hunting, but there's going to be psycho people out
Oh,
there
yeah.
that
Sure.
are going to take that gun without license and
But
point
the
it
crime rate in Vermont is low. So,
extremely low, very low.
but I think people are, if you go to rob a store or something, 9 times out of 10 the guy's got
A gun.
a gun of some kind.
And another thing I noticed is that everyone knows each other.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah.
probably, they're like, okay, if you own a store and
Yeah.
I'm a criminal, I'm not going to, but you know me and I know you, and well, not about the criminal part, but if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to because, you know me, I know you, so I think that's something that
I used to have a store in Burlington and I got robbed on New Year's Day,
Wow.
1975 maybe. But I used to carry a shotgun in my. The guy came in with a pistol.
He was gonna lose that one,
Oh yeah. So I pretended like I had some money to give him and brought my shotgun up and I said, okay. I said, you might get me, but
I might get you.
yeah. And it's gonna hurt a lot worse.
90% that is gonna hit you.
Yeah.
It's a shotgun.
Yeah, it was shotgun.
And it was a close encounter, or
Oh, yeah.
Very close.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Situations that you.
Yeah.
I mean, you.
But at the time, I was deputy sheriff, I think, and I just got out of Vietnam.
And you look like a strong man.
Yeah.
Not only look, personality in every way. It doesn't seem like that would have scared you.
Nah.
Because there's some people that would.
The guy pulled a gun out and he pointed at my clerk. And
you're like, yeah, I'm not.
I looked at him. I said, yeah, okay.
I've been through this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of.
And that was the only time. It did not
I had a robbery. Yeah. That was the only time when I owned a store. Yeah, I got robbed.
Wow.
So it's kind of funny when a lot of people will flip out. Somebody pulls a gun on you, and all of a sudden, the pistol looks like that big, and it's really that big.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As a retired, sheriff, what could you tell those people out there that have a situation that they're not in any law enforcement or, don't have any experience in martial arts and they get a gun pointed at them? What do you think they should do? Should they use common sense?
Yeah, that's where you gotta use common sense. Because you never tell the guy, the guy who's robbing you, he's come in for one reason, number one.
Yeah.
He isn't come in to shoot you.
No.
He's come in to, he wants
Take
the money.
And that's it.
That's it. Let him take the money and get the hell out.
Not to try to act like a hero?
No.
It's not worth it, right?
No. I mean, I did because of
You're tough.
who I was.
This
But
guy is a tough
I just, but that's part of who I am.
Yeah.
But, but that's, I mean, when you're in the service, they teach you how to be an assassin.
Yeah. You're a sheriff for a reason.
But when you're in war, they teach you how to be an assassin.
That's like playing Call of Duty, but live.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not normal to
it's not.
shoot people.
It's not.
No matter if you think they're an enemy or not.
Yeah.
It still ain't, in your mind, you can't just shoot people.
Yeah.
No matter if you think they're your enemy or not. The only thing that wakes you up sometimes is when they're shooting at you.
And then you got.
And they're missing.
And they're missing.
You have to look at it and go, oh, he missed. Oh, thank you.
So how was that, first encounter? How was that first time that you landed there, and you were like, did you realize that I'm in a war here?
Not really, not the first time, but
it didn't affect you.
no, it didn't. But again, I was young, 19 years old, whatever.
Well, again, like I said, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
You're a tough one. It would have affected me,
Yeah.
knowing that, hey, I'm gonna grab a gun and kill someone, even that this is war. But I don't think I would have loved to do that. I mean, not love to. I wouldn't have want to do that or like it or in any way. Like I said, that's why it depends
you
on
have
the
to
person.
be a little nuts to do
it. Or just be 19, 18, and have that craziness in you.
And the first outfit I got hooked up with was in New Jersey, and it was an engineer company. And I didn't realize that there's two kinds of engineer companies.
Okay.
There's a construction and there's combat. Yeah. So one of them, you do the same thing as the construction engineers, but you do your own, how do I put it? Your own field work.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a combat engineer, you do your own night patrols, whatever it might be.
Okay.
Construction engineers wouldn't do that. They would just build a bridge or build a compound or a heliport or something,
So it was a lot of work.
Well, until you realize, like I was in the 86 engineer CBT, and that's the combat.
Wow.
And the construction is CONST, whatever, I can't remember.
Wow.
Yeah, so I didn't know what that kind of outfit was until I got to Vietnam.
So you put it on.
Yeah. So I got there and I go, oh.
And realized everything.
Yeah, what is this? What do you mean we're doing our night patrols? What do you mean we're going into Cambodia? What?
Wow.
So you think about stuff like that and you go, I don't want to go to Cambodia. I don't want to go into Laos.
And are you able to say, no or no? You just have to, whatever.
Well, they get you for refusing direct order.
Punishments as well.
Yeah. You can't refuse orders when you're in the army.
And you have to be extremely fit, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's stuff that's you maybe morally and
it's not
you
easy.
don't feel good about doing it, but sometimes there's orders that come down, and that's
Yeah, no
when we're in Vietnam, we're destroying people's homes and stuff.
Right.
Even though there were shacks or there were
still
thatch huts or something, but you're either setting them on fire or
you're still fighting, wherever you're fighting or the reason that you're fighting, but how does it affect you thinking or seeing it, families or people that have nothing to do with that?
Yeah, it does affect you, especially as Americans, I think, more so than, you have a little more sympathy for, you see kids running around, or whatever it might be, and it's, but, the local people, as in Vietnam, the guerrillas fighting and stuff, knew the families probably, and they knew who they could trust and who they couldn't trust, and you always had weapons you found, under the hay or in some trap door.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because there's always bad people and good people. I have noticed and watched some videos where the locals, even knowing what's going on, they actually bring some water or help American soldiers.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, there's hope. There's hope, but there's so much, so much bad stuff and bad people nowadays that you're like, you know, I just gotta keep fighting for, you know, what I
Right.
think is right.
Right.
And
Yes. But again, it's some of it's a lot of common sense, and you know, you just don't go in somebody's house shooting.
yeah,
You know.
families or
Yeah.
children.
But it's like anything, you know, when you're deer hunting or you're hunting birds, or know your target.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same thing. Know your target. Know what are you shooting at.
Know what you're going for. Yeah,
You know.
that is true. But in some of those countries, they don't think like that.
Oh no.
They don't care.
No, they don't give a shit.
No,
No.
everyone's a target.
Yeah. No, that's.
That's
I mean, in Vietnam, you know, the kids were throwing grenades and stuff in the trucks and all kinds of, you know, when you're on a convoy, and here's some little kid lobbing a grenade in your truck.
that's horrible.
Yeah. Especially you didn't see it coming.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's
So, you know, what do you shoot a kid?
It's awful true. And I
Shoot a
mean,
woman?
and
You know, they used to wear those burqas and they always had something hiding underneath them. Not everybody, but.
and you have to. That's the you know,
What
the
do you
sad,
do?
the sad part. You have to, because you know that grenade could kill
Yeah.
tens of
Yeah.
you know, tens of 20s
Yeah.
of hundreds of soldiers, and
Yep.
you have to protect.
I mean, we used to hire the local populations, like to do our laundry and stuff, and they'd always catch some of them, especially the women, leaving the compound with little maps on them of where the ammunition was stored, where the tents are.
helping,
Huh?
helping. Or,
They would help the enemy.
oh, the enemy.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they went home, they'd say, okay, here's
Where they
the map of the compound, and here's what you gotta hit.
Okay. I was thinking.
And they have them every hole they got.
Wow.
Yeah. They used to strip a lot of women right there at the gates before they leave.
Is
Yeah.
war is not easy.
Didn't
it's
know.
horrible. It's
Didn't know who was, you know. Of course, then when I left, 67, and they've all the tunnel rats, and they had tunnels under Saigon and every other place, and the Tet offenses they were coming out of the woodwork. They had tunnels all over that area.
wow.
Yeah.
It's frightening. It's a sad story. I mean, it's
But
heroic. I mean,
when you go into other countries, you know, you're on their.
their turf and their territory and everything.
I mean, you know,
It's
if
dangerous.
they come into Vermont, somebody, you know, they'd be sucking seaweed
Yeah.
because, you know, they'd be picking them off left and right.
Yeah.
But, you know the woods, and, you know, I've been to every freaking woods that are in Vermont, you know.
They definitely will have a problem, especially
Yeah.
when we're surrounded by so many mountains.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I think that's a good thing, right? And
Yeah.
for future,
Yeah.
you know, military, and
Yeah, they would never.
it will be really hard
It would be
for
tough.
the
on
enemy.
them. It would be tough on them. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Of course, you had some of that during the Olympics. It was in Montreal. The sheriff's department, we did an assault team, like a SWAT team.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is.
That was the Olympics in Montreal, where the Israeli wrestlers, they held them hostage. I don't know if they killed one of them or.
Oh wow.
The Olympics in Montreal.
And this was in.
Boy, I can't remember. It had to have been 60s. Maybe late 70s.
Wow.
Yeah. They kidnapped all the Israeli wrestlers. I think they killed one of them. I can't remember. But that was the Montreal Olympics.
you're a hero. You have been through a hard
I
time.
don't know about that, but
You definitely are. You served this
Yeah.
country, and
Yeah.
that's a hero.
at the
That's a hero.
time, it was the right thing to do at the time.
But
You know,
as you said yourself, not a lot
no,
of Americans right now, even to this moment, will do that.
No.
So
no.
the ones who are doing it, they're heroes because they're fighting
Well,
for their country.
they try to recruit out of schools and stuff. Military, and
Do you think maybe like
they don't do
the
well.
pay? It's a
Pay is another thing, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corporations,
They're not-
pay more money than the military. But of course, kids aren't thinking about medical insurance or vacation or whatever.
But their parents are.
Yeah.
Because now their parents nowadays are more into their lives, and they're like, make the decision.
But again,
the right decision.
they don't want their kids or going into a war zone.
No, they don't.
So
Especially now with so much happening that it looks like the end of the world.
yeah,
So much mass murders everywhere from left to right.
yeah,
And it's sad because, I as a father, you as well, you don't want to go out, with your children or grandchildren and something like that
No.
happening that you're terrified. Everyone is terrified now.
Yep. I agree.
Also part of a Pokemon community. Pokemon has been, is to now the biggest franchise, biggest anime out there, especially with Pokemon cards. Have you ever heard of it? Do you?
I watched the Pawn Stars,
You have? Oh, the Pawn Star. Okay.
or people coming in selling.
Have you ever bought a booster pack or a pack or any item?
I don't know. Maybe I used to collect baseball cards and all that. I'm sure. I got some down cellar. I'm sure.
So Pokemon to you is like something you just heard of.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it seems like it's for the younger kids that grew up with that thing, where the baseball cards were different.
Yeah.
Baseball players were, Babe Ruth and
Yeah. What do you think of? There's a number, well, actually a big percentage, of the people, of the followers of the community of Pokemon that are between 25 to 45, even to 65 or 55 plus, and there's a lot of
because their kids or whatever played with them, or they had to go.
they got into it.
I had to buy them for Christmas, or it might be.
The kids left to college, they weren't into it, and
And guess what?
they loved it.
Yeah, they're sitting there with a whole album of
Yeah.
Pokemon cards.
So expensive.
Yeah.
They-
Well, when you watch the Pawn Stars, it's I don't know if you ever watched it or not, but people going in.
I have.
Yeah.
Base set.
I mean,
Pokemon
somebody would
cards.
come in with boxes unopened.
Yeah. Think of that. Just a Charizard, a normal, Pokemon card. What do you think of selling for $250K?
It's great.
Something that you like, especially collectibles or Pokemon cards or
Yeah.
whatever it is, and you keep it for so long, and the value is just. You have that feeling that, hey, now.
Well, look at the Star Wars stuff.
Expensive as well, right?
Right.
Thank you, Mike, for receiving
Enlightening.
Thank you, Mike, for receiving us today at your home and giving us the privilege to hear such a great story.
Yeah.
The channel is grateful for the great character that you are, and you're such a great person. Charismatic. No wonder the community loves you, and thank you for this interview. Thank you for having us here, and the channel is grateful.
No problem.
Thank you, Mike.
Piece of cake.